bang the therapist in Lucifer?
Dude, Lucifer... she's so hot. Hey, who else had to go to IMBD and go look her up and be like, I would.
Oh, you've never seen her before? She's a comedian.
I didn't say I would. I was just saying besides Lucifer.
Yeah, I would.
Who, the
therapist?
Oh, she's been in tons of weird shit, I remember.
Yeah, she's a comedian. She's been in a bunch of comedies.
He's a funny guy.
YouTube.
So when you get the ping thing, is it more pings the better or more pings the worse?
More pings the worse, the lower the better. Why? What is this about?
My internet has been fucking really slow lately. And I'm supposed to be getting 20 megs. It's downloaded, it's going at 6.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. That's really weird, actually.
Like, what do you have, Tristan? Don't you pay like a ridiculously low amount?
For internet?
Yeah.
I think my bill is like 70 or $80 for 50 megabytes per second. You all ready to rock?
Yeah, we're live, baby.
Alright. Yeah, I'm all good.
Hey guys, welcome to Adapted, episode 61. We are an AllertonAv.com podcast where we talk all things adapted. My name is Tristan. Joining me this week, we've got Sweeter, Jason, and Chad. How's it going, guys?
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Fantastic.
Enjoying a lot of comic book shows this week?
I think I enjoyed a few.
Was it a good week or a bad week for you guys?
It was an alright week.
Average, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some
There
good,
was
some bad.
some hits, some misses.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not alone, but Legends of Tomorrow is like awesome.
Yeah, it's the best of the shows that we watched this week to me. Like, it's like that comic book show I wanted that was just over the top crazy. That's exactly what I want out of my comic book show.
It was a little surprising we're covering the second episode, the pilot part 2 of Legends of Tomorrow. They already killed off a legend.
Thank God, dude. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean, thank God, dude?
I didn't like that guy, man.
Why?
I just don't like the bird people in general, but we're stuck with the girl because she's like the key to killing him, so she needs to stay.
Right. And
so if I can take one less bird...
Killing him might help develop Hawker a little bit, because every single time they're on the show, it's just those two together for the most part.
And arguing, or or trying to figure out why they're in love. And it was just like, dude, that was the worst part of the show, was those two together.
Yeah.
And within 2 episodes, she's lost her son that she didn't know about right away. And then the love of her life, or throughout history, she's lost a lot of people already. And so I think that will only help develop the character a little bit more.
But true to form, like, they're immortal or whatever. They keep getting reborn. Is he going to get reborn then?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, he could get reborn, but maybe his clock doesn't start ticking again until she dies. Because otherwise, like, if he gets reborn now, he's a baby, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he comes out full person, like out of a pod.
That totally works. But reincarnation, I would think you get reincarnated. Like, you have to be born, and yeah.
Why didn't they go back in time and save him?
Something with screwing things up. I don't know.
I feel like they should have done
They
it.
had already gone back and like messed with them, so if they went back again, then it was like double.
Yeah, there's some weird loophole, I think, and this is the thing with time travel TV shows. They don't always make a lot of sense,
Mhm.
but it's fun just to experience things like seeing younger Martin Stein. I thought that was the funner part of the episode. More
The
fun.
stoner, dude. The stoner Stein.
I don't know, man. Like, when he all of a sudden hopped on the ship, I'm like, what is this, dude? Are we gonna fucking run into everybody's doppelganger? Dude, that was annoying.
It had like a Back to the Future kind of vibe for me.
No, it was lame.
Yeah, it wasn't as clever as Back to the Future. It was funny,
No,
but it was
clever,
okay.
no, but it felt like it.
I was bummed that they're still in the same time period. Like, get the fuck out of there already.
That's a bad.
You don't think I was smart enough to put a tracker on my tracker? Come on, man.
But the only thing
I
really...
like that Cold is like kind of he's taking on like the team mentality now, dude. Instead of being the loner, like
Captain Cold
nobody-
is pretty likable in this episode.
yeah, like nobody fucks with his crew, dude.
Captain Cole is the worst. In the opening scene when he talks, I'm just like, ugh.
Well, it's because he talks like so slow, like he thinks he's like Christian Bale's Batman. But I'm really starting to like his sidekick, dude. He's
Heat
really
Wave.
funny. Yeah.
The
They're
more
a good
like of a
team.
loose cannon that guy turns into,
Yeah.
like the weirder he gets, the better he gets.
He says a lot of weird stuff, and it's awesome.
Yeah. I like him. He's pretty rad.
The concept for the show that I'm not totally buying into is the main villain, Vandal Savage. Not really invested in that villain. And they had a cameo of the villain in Arrow right now, Damien Dark. And he was a better villain than Vandal Savage, even though he appeared in like 5 minutes of the show. Despite his Dr. No outfit, he also had no beard.
That's the only outfit you can get.
I guess in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah. You can't do much. There's not a lot of cool
If you're
stuff.
evil
there.
in the 70s, you have a Dr. No outfit.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
But I'm excited to see this team grow from here. Characters, the Atom was kind of has good scenes in this. When he was little and then he like sprung out and did his stuff, that was fun.
Dude, but he's the whole reason for the mess up, dude.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's why he's not a legit superhero. He screws up.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's the next one that can go on my list, dude. If I have a hit list, like he's next.
Yeah, he's like a
Right.
shitty Ant-Man.
He's like the poor man's Ant-Man.
Yeah. We all know how we feel about Ant-Man around here.
Love him.
Right.
I don't know.
I can't wait for them to finally time travel elsewhere because, yeah, like you guys said, we were stuck in the 70s for 2 straight episodes. I'd like to see something different and weird, and
How different? How weird? Where do you want to go? The 80s?
whether it's like way back in the past, like Old West, which I know they're going to be.
No, no,
Go
no.
ahead.
I'm not watching that episode. No, that's terrible.
Something
that's-
futuristic would be fun.
Oh, caveman
I want to go
time.
with dinosaurs, dude.
Yeah,
Dinosaur?
dinosaurs.
I
Oh,
don't know
fucking
if
cowboys
their
and
budget is that well for dinosaurs, but it could be interesting.
We
Yeah.
could do like shadow puppet dinosaurs, so you never see the dinosaur, but you see like its shadow looming.
It's an option, isn't it?
Save
Well,
up the budget.
For how much we're liking this show, what are you guys giving this episode?
Ooh, tough call. I'm gonna throw a 4 at it.
All right.
Kept me entertained. It was good, dude. And hey, I lost one of the Hawk people, man. So I'm solid, dude.
Bonus
I'm
for
happy.
you, right?
I'm happy.
But I don't know, like, how are you gonna like recap the Hawk guy, dude?
What do you mean?
Like, you're just gonna be down a man for the entire time? Like, you were short-lived.
Pick up a new
Maybe
one.
they'll replace him right away.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a lot of empty chairs by the time this season's over, man.
It's possible.
Yeah. I'll give this one a 4 too. I had fun with it. It was a fun episode. Sad about the Hawk guy, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm a 4 as well. I thought he was pretty good.
The only bad dumb part was what you touched on, Stoner Stein hopping on the ship. It was just like, eh.
Yeah. Lay off the saturated
I
fats.
did like when Stoner Stein was hitting on the canary.
Yeah, that was fun. And Old
I
Man
can see
Dr.
why I
Stein
was attracted to you.
had some comments about it. I'm going with a 4 as well. It would be a 5 if they had a better villain, and if that Gideon AI was a little bit better. Whenever the AI talks, it's really annoying to me for some reason. Not sure why. Like, it was much cooler in the Flash, Gideon talking. I don't know if it's just the voice that they used, the voice actress possibly. But
yeah. I wonder why it bothers you. Yeah.
And speaking of the Flash, we had a interesting episode this week as we got kind of I wouldn't even call him a B villain, but kind of a C villain. Maybe.
Dude, those are the worst special effects in the entire series by far, dude.
The Tar Man?
Special effects were that bad.
Tar Man looked awful.
There was some weird shots when he came up out of the tar and the camera like jerked around, and yeah, it didn't look very good.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, the part with the exploding car didn't look that great either, with the glass.
Ooh.
But Tar Man is a C. I think he was up there with the Pied Piper. Or Turtle, like Tar Man and Turtle, like neck and neck to me. Like, what the hell's the difference?
Tar Pit was only created like 15 years ago by Jeff Johns, of course, who works on the show.
Only 15 years?
Yeah.
Wow,
he's a new character. His character background in the comic books is a little bit different. He's a guy that I believe is in a coma, and the Tar Pit monster is like something to do with his mind while he's in a coma. I don't totally understand it. I'm not a huge follower of Tar Pit, because who is? But lucky enough, even though they had Tar Pit, there was a whole lot more story going on in this episode with the West family, with Iris West and Wally West and Joe West, with the whole street racing thing.
Did you like that? Did you like the street racing stuff? I was just like, on it. It was pretty predictable.
That was like so lame. Like this was pretty much like a pretty solid Flash, except for Iris, dude, and like the whole like just being a bitch to her dad.
Best episodes.
Dude, people only loved Iris for one reason.
Not because of the outfit. I thought it was the best.
That's what you told us. You told us it was the outfit, Tristan.
Yeah, on people talking on Twitter. Yes, that's not what.
That's not what
people were talking about. She took a glass shard, and then I was hoping it was to the throat instead, because she's that annoying. She's that worthless. She's been like out of the Flash for like the last 8 episodes, and they've been the best Flash episodes like in a while.
It was really weird that she shows up at the street racing event and is like, I'm going to do a journal. I'm going to be a journalist again.
And then she's going to take on that guy, right? Like, and she's just going to happen to know where his hangout is, dude. And she's going to be like, oh, I'm recording this, dude. I was just hoping that he stabbed her.
Yeah, like, who shows up to their, like, estranged brother's, like, secret street racing, like, organization is like, I'm gonna narc you out to everybody, essentially. Like that was so lame. What was that?
Like, if she could find this like secret crime.
Yeah, how did she even find it?
She's a reporter.
She's the only one
who's investigating.
Yeah, right. Okay. And what was up with her gear?
Well, she showed up at a street race, so
that's how you dress in street races, guys.
Have you ever seen Fast and the Furious? Come on.
That's not how they dress in Fast and the Furious. I've seen them.
I think they dress a little bit more riskier.
That's how they dress in that shitty Need for Speed race video game that EA just put out, where it's like insulting to everybody. Like that's how they did it. It's not like a It was more like I thought it was like a parody of a street racing. It like took me out of the episode. It was really annoying.
Dude, when's Wally West gonna just like turn into his gimmick? Dude, I'm so done with the street racing stuff, man. That's like the worst part. So
his car's destroyed, so maybe it'll be soon.
Racing gimmick.
Did you not? The whole thing? You're like, oh yeah, I guess he's gonna crash. Like right when they came, it's like so dumb, so dumb.
Well, the highlight of the episode definitely Harry Wells and Barry Allen interactions and Harry Wells pretty much betraying the whole entire Star Labs team, stealing Barry's speed and giving it to Zoom, and the whole battle of him betraying, but he's doing it all for his daughter, so Zoom doesn't kill her. And at the same time, he kind of comes to his senses, and even though he gets locked up, that Barry, I felt like this episode pushed Barry to becoming a bigger superhero, because even though he was betrayed by Harry Wells, he look past it. Like, look, he was put in a tough situation. Cisco would have done the same thing for his brother that he touched on. And he's stepping up, like, well, let's go to Earth 2 and save your daughter.
I feel like Wells is playing him, dude. I feel like Wells knew he would do that.
And like the whole thing with like Joe going crazy and kicking up Wells number 2 and like throwing like you're just gonna drag him, dude, into the pit. I was like, this is so fucking lame.
Dude,
wow.
Yeah, he actually like started going buck wild on a lot of different people, man.
Well, yeah, because his children were all in harm. Iris has a shard through it, and it's because Harry Wells made Flash slower.
Well, dude, maybe he should be pissed that Iris's dumbass was at the street racing. Huh?
He was there too.
This is America, man. Accept responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I mean, I liked Barry's speech when he was like, when they decided to let what's his face go out of the thing. He was like, I got, everybody screws up essentially. Like, we got a lot of stuff on the line. What would you guys do? I thought that was a good speech. It made him a little bit nicer. Yeah.
Yeah, like I really got behind him. If this was our daughter, what would we do, man? We'd do the same thing.
Yeah, so I was like,
right
good job, Barry. When I was watching that, I was like, I don't want this other guy to play the Flash in this fucking movie. Like, I like this Flash a lot. And I was super sad.
Yeah, he's actually really grown on me, man.
Yeah, he's like the best part of that show, easily, is Barry. And then there's Iris. And Tar Pit. How did Tar Pit not burn in the... He said his face burned off. How did his face come back?
Well, he was the tar made him like a mold in that at that whatever facility.
Well, it's weird because he said his eyes he felt his eyes burn off.
Right.
In his ears, so I was like really confused by that. I didn't know if that's how he was in the comic or if he was just like a glob of monster.
Right.
They kind of made him look like Clayface in the show a little bit when he was in his bigger form.
Yeah, he was cool in that form, but the guy form was just like he was in like My Chemical Romance or something.
Maybe he used to be in that band.
Maybe.
I'm excited for next week because they're going to Earth 2, and I think that's going to be really great.
Yeah, that ending was really cool.
But this episode alone, what scores are you going to give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. Like, I might have shit on it a little bit, and I liked a lot of it. I liked what it set up for the future. I liked Barry's little speech. I loved Iris just getting jabbed with the glass. That was pretty great. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a 4 at it as well, dude, for all the same reasons, pretty much, man. It ended on a good note too, so yeah, dude, can't complain. Solid episode.
I'm a 3, man. Iris brought this show down. Iris dies, solid 5.
I love it. Sweeter and the internet are on the opposite page. I love it.
You can do a search on Twitter and the Flash Iris, and every single tweet's like, "Oh my god, this is the best Iris we've ever seen in an episode," and they just love her so much.
I don't get it. She's not a good actress.
She's been so shitty that it was like, whoa.
Yeah, the bar is set on the ground, so all of a sudden she has like a scene, and you're like, oh my god, she's so great.
Yeah, she was still horrible in it.
This is like when Arrow has a good episode.
I'm going with a 4 because I really enjoyed the Barry Allen and Harrison Wells from Earth 2 stuff.
Not a 5?
No, I think I'll save my 5 for next week.
You can't say that.
Yeah. Well, I have really high expectations.
Wait, we get 5 saves?
Sweeter gave all 5s last week. It's the first time ever.
I did.
And let's touch on a show that Sweeter gave a 5 on, Lucifer. We're back again for episode 2. Lucifer Stay. Good Devil was the title of the episode.
Lucifer
I don't know
go.
if this is like going to be an ongoing theme with this series where every single episode Lucifer like, man, I just can't understand why Chloe I just can't read her. She's past my charm.
Yeah, I can't watch this show. I can't stand this fucking show from beginning to end. It's just a terrible piece of television to me.
It needs to pick what they want to do, whether it's cop drama, whether it's a supernatural kind of show.
It has no identity, right? Like, it doesn't know. Like that's the perfect analogy for this show. This show has no focus at all. It's all over the fucking map, dude. It's so terrible. I don't know how people like this show. I don't get it. Sweeter, how do you like this show?
The jokes never hit.
I think it's witty. I think it's funny.
I love that Chad's like, the jokes never hit. Sweeter's like, it's witty, it's funny, it's great.
Really? When he threw the doll and he's like, fetch. To the little girl.
How do you not think that was funny?
Because he was like his character was being serious. So it was almost like he was retarded.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's on there.
It was like he was an idiot. Like, because he was like, he thought, like, in his facial expressions and the way he portrayed the character, it appeared like he was assuming that this small being, which was also not funny, small being, go fetch. Like, and it just, like, doesn't hit, dude, because it's like, you can't, he doesn't seem like he's trying to make a joke, when clearly he knows what the human world is about. So it just was really dumb. And this, like, they keep talking about her being a stripper, and, like, it's not funny, or, like, a porn star, and it's not funny. Like, any of those jokes are just not funny.
She wasn't a porn star, dude.
She was in, like, a
Skinamax.
Yeah. Right.
Close
No,
enough.
she's like the last Phoebe Cates, dude.
Give me one of the good jokes, Sweeter. Which one had you rolling this week?
Actually, I thought that the doll was really funny.
Oh, my God.
It was really odd when Chloe was explaining to her daughter, like, all right, I'm in this movie, and there might be kids at school that might talk about it. And the kid's like, I've seen it already. The whole entire scene was just backwards. I didn't understand, like, where they're going on from that. So weird.
That now her daughter knows that she was.
Her daughter
in the
already
hot
knew.
tub.
Her daughter already saw the movie without her mom knowing.
Yeah, but she didn't know.
Right. One thing I just can't figure out in this episode is after Lucifer steals the paparazzi guy from police custody, how does the lady cop Chloe know where Lucifer is? Because he's just like in the middle of an alley in Los Angeles, but somehow she's able to track him down.
It's Los Angeles. It's pretty easy to find people.
Dude, I don't
just
know
like
if
Iris.
they hacked into
You know what, Tristan? No.
Cisco hacked into that 3 seconds.
You don't get to say that, Tristan, because you just said Iris used her reporter skills to find the illegal street racing. But this
Right.
lady's a cop.
But you can find where street races take place in a city.
Can you?
This cop went, like, she discovered where Lucifer was just hanging out. Like, does he have, like, prior hangouts of this alley in Los Angeles?
What if she's like...
With Jason, dude, I think it's funny when Tristan gets all salty and shitty on a show that he doesn't like.
Yep.
But then when he busts his balls on
the Irish stuff
fucking
made perfect
Supergirl.
No, I think Jason was referring to her finding the crime lord's lair.
Yeah. Like, how did she find that, too?
There's no way to find the crime lord's lair. It's not on
As Iris explained in the
www.crimeward.com.
episode, she was tipped off by someone that used to race for him.
Maybe this cop was tipped off to Lucifer's location by one of her informants.
Does she have Lucifer's GPS from his phone?
Maybe one of her crackhead informants was like, hey, man, I saw Lucifer.
In a span of 10 minutes.
Hey, Iris did the same
Lucifer
thing.
Probably has a really nice car, and they all have a low jack feature on it. So she probably had the
Two
fucking
entirely
police
different
department.
things. I don't know how you guys-
They're exactly the
Pick up a
same.
low jack
No.
and go ahead and take care of it.
This show has really got
I don't
off.
know.
Like, it's hard to watch.
I don't know. It got
They don't have an
8.8
identity
It got
for the
8.8 stars on as a review. So people obviously like it.
Some little kid, some high school blogger gave it 8 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
8.8.
not worth my time anymore.
And I would give it a 1. So
The way the episode starts with the preacher, like, just set the tone for me. Like, yep, this is going to be some shitty television this week. And
I say we cancel it, but Sweener can give us a weekly update if he wants to rave about it.
I'm on board with that.
That's
Give us the 5 best jokes every week.
I think that's a cool idea, because, I mean, I can't stand watching it, so if Sweener can watch it and, like, just report back on it, sweet.
It's just, like, not a good comic book show. Like, ooh, it's a good shitty police show.
if that's what it is, yeah.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
could
it's
tell.
about the devil, but the devil isn't really the devil because he's cracking like, maybe I'm gonna do good things and help people out.
Yeah. He's, like, solving petty crimes,
Dude,
essentially.
he has an identity crisis, Tristan.
He's going through
All right.
problems.
Midlife crisis for
I
the
mean-
devil.
For the love of God or the devil.
I wish it was just the devil just off the rails doing crazy shit for an hour. That way I could get behind that. But this is like the devil doing good and banging his psychiatrist. It's weird.
Yeah, and banking on, like, mini
Because he needs
jokes,
to talk.
dude. Like, like, oh, who are you, the devil? Or he walks away and on the ground it says the devil walks within or whatever, and like he walks over the sign. Like it's just stuff like that where it's just like, ugh, groaning.
He makes so many devil jokes. I bet there should be a counter on the bottom of the episode. It's like, oh, he did another devil joke. Cha-ching! It's like, get over it.
Went weaker on the song selection because it was solid in the first episode, but I don't think they had much. The slim pickings for this one.
Yeah, they blew their budget.
I was trying to figure out what song he was playing on the piano.
I believe it was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's not true.
Scoring time, guys.
No score.
No score?
I don't think we can score this fairly. I think I would like. Well, you know what? I'll give it a 1 because I don't like this show at all. There's nothing about this I like.
Yeah, I already said I was giving it a 1.
0? Do we go with zeros?
No, we don't do zeros. 1 is pretty much like don't watch this television, and this is where this is.
Are you still on a 5, Sweeter?
Oh, it was a solid 3.
What? Wait,
yes, I love it. Oh, yeah, that's so good. So good.
All right.
We're not gonna have any shows left to talk about on here.
Walking Dead's coming back soon. It'll be okay.
We did have like 9 at one point, so.
Yeah, are we still talking about Man in the High Castle in this?
We are still talking about the Man in the High Castle. We're only a few more episodes left, and this episode kind of made me hope that it was the last episode, but we're not quite there. But it's a confusing episode because they're teasing something back from the very first episode with Trudy. Is Trudy still alive? And Juliana may have seen her, possibly, but then they confirm it with mass graves, and Trudy is spotted in a mass grave, so she's dead for sure. Even though if they showed Trudy, I would not remember her whatsoever because it was way back from episode 1.
Yeah, it was really strange. Like, were you supposed to believe that Trudy was coming back? Just because the mom was like, I feel it.
Teasing that a little.
Yeah, they were teasing it. They were definitely teasing it, but
they're teasing it quite a bit.
This is like almost like a fluff episode. But those mass graves, like that scene was pretty fucking powerful.
Yes,
that was
cool.
Yeah, they just like kind of put the whole world in. Jesus, Tristan, put the whole world into perspective, and it's just like, oh my god, things might have been different.
I didn't think it was actually going to be there. I thought something else was going to happen, like that she was going to lead to a trap or something like that. Like I didn't actually think it would be there, dude. That place had a stink, man.
From watching this episode, it almost feels like living out west definitely far worse than living out east in the Nazi Reich. Like,
wait,
it's rough. If you're an American from the area before.
You think living in the Japan part of the town is worse than the German?
It seems like it. Like even when Joe travels out west, he expects to get a taxi right away, and then he gets yelled at like, hang in line because the Japanese get first call for.
Well, I mean that's not fair because if you're in the Nazi part of it, right? If you're Jewish or have a handicap, you're dead.
Well,
so that's a little bit worse.
Well, current day, like what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, even if you have a stutter, you're done.
Living on the Nazi side of things.
Well, there was. Remember the family? Joe's family got killed. They were all Jewish.
You mean Frank's family?
Or Frank's family, yeah.
That was in the Japanese side, so making my point that the Japanese side is even pretty bad.
Wait, what's that?
Yeah, that
no.
was in San Francisco. Frank.
Oh, weird.
Frank's sister and...
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
They haven't shown, like, much brutality on the eastern side.
Yeah, that's
Besides
true.
that raid in the warehouse that Joe pretended to be the whole...
That's because they know how to run a country, dude.
I guess so.
Jeez.
We did get a little bit more backstory on Joe as we learned he does have a wife and a kid. And this is another woman that seems to be like infatuated with Joe in some aspect. I don't know how far Juliana is with her interest in Joe, but 2 women that seem to have a thing for Joe, which I don't totally understand why, because it doesn't seem like he's a really nice guy for the most part. He's a spy for the most part, and it's not like he's doing something like, hey, look at me, I'm a great guy, you should be with me.
Frank's Joe's just a cool dude, right? He just seems like a cool guy. Yeah, he's like a cool guy.
Like bad boys.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. He's a Nazi.
I'm surprised he's still alive after being caught by the Obergruppenführer. Even the German officer is like, you should have been shot. and the Obergruppe is using him to get the video from the San Francisco, get more information from Juliana and all that. Which I felt like he could probably do it without Joe's assistance, you would think, because they know where she is. They know the Japanese have her on a watch list and everything.
Yeah.
Seems like they're just stringing him along a little bit when it's not totally necessary.
There might be more to it that we haven't seen yet. That he's hiding,
so?
maybe. I don't
It's
know.
entirely possible.
Or it's like, dude, why stretch your resources so like thin doing all this other stuff when you can just have this guy take care of it, who's already like attached to her and an easy pull, man.
Did you watch Ahead?
No.
I didn't watch ahead.
Yes.
Wait,
I
why?
mean,
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
because you're ruining everything.
No, I'm just trying to put it in perspective, dude. If I got someone who's in love with a girl, let's use her. Let's use it. I ain't
Yeah,
wasting
use
my
love
time.
as a weapon. That's what I always say in life.
Yeah.
Love is a battlefield.
Yeah, it's like a nuke.
How do you think the alliance between Juliana and that trade minister guy is going to go? He's already helped her out by giving her information on Trudy.
I think it'll go well. I like that guy a lot. He's like probably my second. Yeah, he might be my favorite character on that show, next to Big Hands. Like I think he's really cool. Well, and the bounty hunter I thought was really cool. But I think he just formed like a cool relationship with her, and I think he's been genuinely trying to like fuck over either the Germans from the beginning. So what does he care?
I think he's using her.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Just too
dude.
weird, man. This guy's got his whole life on the line, dude. You think he's gonna throw it away just for her? What does she have to do?
Well, maybe he knows more, right? Maybe he has like some kind of like he knows. I don't know. I feel like he knows something, right? Like
He
he's
seems
been
smart.
trying to bone the Germans since the films in the first couple
There's
episodes.
definitely something weird going on with Juliana's stepdad, and once she discovered that he worked there and everything, and then he saw her and they had that conversation at the diner. Like there's something else going on there that he's not aware of. Like he thinks that he talked his way out of something with the Japanese, but I feel like there's something bigger going on there that he's not quite aware of that might blow up somewhere.
Entirely possible, Tristan. It's entirely possible. He's just kind of like he's not anything important though. He's just a
Right.
guy.
For sure.
He looked kind of important in there.
I was a little confused by that antiques dealer that gets invited for dinner at the...
Oh, that was so good.
Dude, that guy is so good. So creepy.
What was the purpose of him going over there for dinner?
That's a damn good question. I know he seems obsessed.
Just to
with, like,
teach the Japanese people some American ways, or
No, I think it was just the Japanese people like making.
they swing with him?
Yeah, they were just fucking with him because he was like a wannabe Japanese like person, right? Like he wished he was in their culture, so they just like kind of brought him there to like humiliate him almost, right? Like to see like how he would act in their environment, and they were just fucking with him the whole time. It was so tough to watch.
Thought they were gonna eat him.
I felt so bad for him. Cause like this was like his dream come true to be like in a true Japanese house, and here these guys are just fucking him over. I thought he was gonna kill him.
And he's gonna have Frank recreate that gun. Not sure what he's gonna do with it. But he's
That's what the whole point was, right? Like they fucked him over, and they fucked with him so much that he's like, you know what? He's like, fuck the Japanese. Now I'm gonna fuck them
Is he
all
gonna
over.
replace the gun, you think?
No, I think he's just like gonna make shit to sell to the fake stuff to sell to the Japanese. To like they want to fuck with me. Well, you know what? Fuck them. They can buy all this fake shit. They'll never know. I think that's his whole plan. But maybe I'm totally wrong.
I feel like he might do like a switcheroo with the real gun and then make a lot of money off that or something. I don't know.
He might do that too.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
See.
I hope he screws him over.
What scores are you giving this episode?
I'm gonna give it a 3. I thought they like put a lot of cool information out there, but it was kind of like just an situation. So I'm just going to 3.
Dude, man, I'm between a 3 and a 4 right now. I'm gonna go with a 4. I really enjoyed it, and I really love that the Japanese and like that the antique seller. Like that whole scene is just, man, it was so good for me. Just so weird and creepy vibe from that guy, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy this show.
It's a good show.
I'm going with a 3. It was
No, go with a 4.
I'm going with a 3. I felt like it was kind of a downgrade somewhat from last week, especially when they were like pushing the whole Trudy thing so much. And honestly, I could not even remember what Trudy looked like. So pretending like she was still alive it didn't have an impact on the story at all for me. I don't know. It felt like an extra story that they could have taken out and had Juliana advance somewhere else.
Not everyone forgot what she looked like, Tristan.
Did you have a poster hanging up? You knew?
I do. I got her poster right back on the wall.
Nice. All right. Well, off to our other streaming show that we've been following. We're on episode 9 of Jessica Jones, episode title, aka Sin Bin. Interesting episode as Jessica has a grand master plan as she kidnaps Kilgrave last episode, and she threw him in that big secure room that's Will Simpson set up. And her plan doesn't
She's
work out.
done in by a power strip from Kmart, dude. It is just such a fucking terrible, terrible, terrible way to end that episode.
You never plug that much shit into a power strip.
It was so dumb. And the fact that the thing that killed me, outside of that being just so fucking ridiculous, was when the cop tackles her and takes her down, and she's this super strength, and then she's struggling to get out of his grip. It's like, are you kidding me right now?
Who are you pretending to be, Jessica Jones?
Yeah, like stuff like that just annoys me so much. They take so many liberties in this show with her superpowers to just extend the episodes that it just drives me nuts. Ugh.
This whole show was just like unfucking bearable to watch. It was so bad.
Really? I thought everything
She's all about trying to save what's her name from jail. She feels so responsible for people dying because of her. Well, somebody fucking else died, Jessica. You fucking stupid idiot.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. She let the mom die, then she was about to let the dad die. She didn't even care. She's like, you know what, fuck them. I'll save like 2 people and let 2 people die. It was really weird.
That door isn't secured by anything other than fucking turning the wheel. Hey, here's a brilliant idea, bro. With your pruny feet, why don't you walk over to the door and just start turning the fucking wheel?
I don't think he had a wheel on his side, did he?
That's how she locked it.
Yeah. Well, she had to get out, didn't she?
I think there was just a handle or something to close it.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think there's a wheel on the other side that it could just be turned and he could walk right out.
Dude, it's so bad, dude. This episode was so horrible.
I disagree. I think everything with Kilgrave's parents was really interesting.
What part?
That was like the only good thing. Like when she goes to the fucking diner. Ugh.
Have you ever seen him naked?
Yeah, she's just like a fucking bully, dude.
She's the one that set those guys up with this like whole like Kilgrave community thing, and then she's like comes in there and just being this.
Yeah, total asshole about it. It's like, what are you doing? Like this guy did this thing you wanted him to do, and now you're treating him all like shit.
And you don't care about any of their lives.
Set it up because she knew someone close to Kilgrave would be there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she had to be a bitch.
Yeah, it's like these people were there with like real problems, and she's just like totally treating them like shit. And even her friend, it's like, well, fuck. I mean, these people are here now. Just let them do their thing. Like, let them grieve. Like, you know how painful it is.
1 to 10, her like acting ability is like a 2, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, she gets worse by the episode, I think. Like, she's just so stiff and the way she delivers lines, oh my god. It's like she's reading cue cards at all times.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see
that, and then I thought that, oh god, who's the lawyer?
Yeah,
Hogarth.
yeah.
Yeah, Hogarth. I thought she was gonna let old Kilgrave out, and I was gonna be like, oh my.
Well, she was about to.
And then here's the other thing. So she has a 6-shooter, and she starts slinging off rounds, right?
There's my man's man.
Well, hey, how about the fact that she only let off 5 of 6 rounds? All right, nice job, Jessica Jones crew.
Oh man.
Hey, I do have one question about this show though. Who's this Simpson guy supposed to be, dude? I feel like he's a superhero that we haven't gotten like unleashed yet. When he's sitting in the doctor's office and their like guy comes in with a pill and he's like
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, Tristan, who's this guy supposed to be? Because he's seeming kind of interesting. It's the only interesting part of this fucking show for me right now is like hoping that he's got a super ability where that way we don't have to watch Jessica Jones anymore. He can actually use his powers.
The character's name is Nuke, where he takes the pills, he takes the blue pills or whatever to get higher, or maybe it's the red pills, whichever order. But he takes one pill and gets all crazy, and then takes the other pill to cool off a bit.
The red he gets hyped, white pulls down, and blue is a holding pattern, I believe.
Does he have like healing abilities too then?
I don't know for sure. I mean, when he takes these pills, it's like he's on like steroids in some degree. But it's like an adrenaline boost pretty much. But in the comics, the character's name is really Frank Simpson, and he goes by the alias Nuke.
Oh, this is the guy from the Daredevil comics, where he paints his like American flag, and he just like uses giant machine guns. Mm-hmm. And he just like, they put him in down in the city to just like clear the fucking place out, dude. He's great. If that's this character, yeah, he's just like an all-American hero. He's like an American war machine, essentially.
Yeah, with this doctor showing up, that's what they're teasing, that's who Will Simpson's gonna come to be, and if that's what's gonna pop up in maybe season 2 of Jessica Jones, that could be pretty awesome.
Maybe, yeah.
Dude, here's what would be awesome with Jessica Jones. The second Luke Cage comes back, dude.
And gets murdered.
I don't know is he coming back? Maybe he's not coming back till the show starts.
He's coming back.
God.
He'll show up in the end to rip Kilgrave's head off or some shit like that.
How many more episodes we got left of this?
We're on episode 9, so we still have
3, 4,
13 to go. 4 more go. 4 more.
Like, where do they go from here? Now what? Now it's like we're back at square one, and we gotta capture Kilgrave again. So how are we gonna do it this time, guys?
It'll be interesting.
Will it
That's
though?
The question. Yes.
Because this is like the third time now we've been in this situation.
Yeah, it's a recurring theme here that it's like I feel like it's Groundhog Day, dude. They just keep repeating like, "Oh, gonna catch him, gonna chloroform him again."
And I'm not learning anything new about him at this point. Really, that's interesting me.
I think Jessica's learning that she kind of just has to kill Kilgrave. She can't.
Well, she's learned that he has no more control over her. Is what she learned.
That's true. Also, yes.
Congratulations, but his mom's still dead because she stabbed herself 45 times. Because you're an idiot.
No, I mean, Kilgrave's parents were responsible for creating him in the first place.
But they had compassion. They felt bad about it, right? Like they were just trying to help him.
But at the same time, they've been running from him ever since.
But why is she okay with killing them?
I mean, she didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, she did.
She pressed the button. It's not like she intended that to glitch out. She pressed the button. She wanted it to stop.
She didn't try to help him. She didn't go over there and punch that glass down like she could have.
Yeah, why couldn't she have just fucking super punched?
Oh, that would have been
6-inch punch right through the glass.
Or why didn't she grab the camera and throw it so hard that it went through the glass and killed him?
How many bullets did it take to shatter that glass?
Her strength is stronger.
She should have been able to do it with one camera through the glass.
Her strength
or
is
throw
stronger.
the whole table through the glass.
I've come to the conclusion that she has no superpower after watching the show. Like, she has no superpower. She's like as strong as Ronda Rousey, basically, is what I've gathered. Like, she can carry someone fireman style and jump a little higher than the average person.
So you're saying she has...
When she goes toe-to-toe with a real superhero, she's going to get her ass kicked, is what I'm saying.
Well, this might be why she's not on the Avengers.
Yeah.
This might be why nobody wanted this made.
Yeah, this might be why the CW didn't even pick it up.
I think the experience has been pretty solid. It's been a good show.
Kilgrave is the best. Kilgrave is the best part of the show.
Bad thing out for Kristen Ritter for some reason. I don't know why. She's not horrible.
We've explained numerous times why.
I think it's kind of unanimous here. That
Tristan,
really
I would rather you put a wig on, shaved your beard, dude, and you were Jessica Jones at this point in time.
She really is not that bad of an actress. You guys are just being a little over dramatic about it.
No, she's pretty. She was like really terrible on Breaking Bad when she was on there too. So
I disagree with that. She was really good in Breaking Bad.
I think someone's got a crush.
Yeah, I think you got a little hard on for Kristen Ritter and those jeans.
The same jeans.
She's a terrible actress.
I think the most exciting thing right now is to find out what's gonna happen with Hogard and the mistress and her ex, dude. That's like the most exciting thing right now in this whole thing.
I think Kilgrave's the exciting thing. No.
Yeah, he could be. He's cool at times, but then other times it's just like
for all these episodes.
I mean, he's literally the only thing holding this.
Him toying with every single person he interacted with in this episode was so great.
I mean, and then how about the mom, dude? You've been waiting for this moment your whole life, and then you stab him in the shoulder, dude. 3 more inches over, man. It's all over.
yeah.
Or in the brain.
I just don't. I guess that my biggest problem with the show is that they just are. It's just like they're stretching it out for 13 episodes when they don't have to. Like this should have been like a 6 or 7 episode arc, and it's just
a toss up when they want them to use their powers, not when it actually fits.
Yeah, it's that and the usage of the powers that just drives me fucking nuts. This would like be like Daredevil not having his powers at all times, or like it's like I don't know, like Iron Man.
Through the sky and then just fall.
Yeah, like over and over again. It's just it's not even like Incredible Hulk, right? Like where he just like sometimes he just can't do it, like he can't get it up. Like she's just terrible at all times with her powers, and she never uses them right. The only time she ever used strength is when she picked that car up in the first episode, and I was like, "Oh shit, she's really strong."
I think she's used her strength more than that. Come on,
dude, rewatch her turn the handle to open the door. She looked like she was gonna not gonna be able to do it. She's like,
the 60-year-old cop held her down and knocked her down and held her back from catching Kilgrave this episode.
She did,
and he was under the spell of Kilgrave. So if you're told to do something, your body can do things that
don't be an apologist.
No, it can happen.
She's a superhuman with super strength. She should have her leg should have pulled right out. Like, what are you talking about? You're gonna tell me that guy?
Ordinary human beings lifting a car.
You think if that guy grabbed the Incredible Hulk, the Hulk would have been like, "Oh, I can't get out of this little grip."
Kilgrave told him, "Stop her."
So you're saying if Kilgrave told someone to stop the Hulk, they would stop the Hulk?
No, because that's a little bit.
How is it any different?
Jessica Jones to the Hulk? Come
on.
Super strength. Super strength.
Not quite the same.
Why not?
What kind of strength does she have?
You guys are being ridiculous. Come on.
What kind of strength does she have?
Yeah, what's her superpower?
Jessica Jones.
I mean, the cop had her in top guard to it, and she could barely get out of it.
You guys are.
Then I guess I'm watching the show wrong, because I was under the impression that she had super strength, but
that's what
not the freaking Incredible Hulk. Jesus Christ.
What's the difference between the strength? Like, what's the super strength then?
Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk is freaking 15 feet tall.
She has superhuman strength. I think you're missing the point there.
Yes.
Superhuman.
Is it comparable to the Incredible Hulk?
Is it comparable?
It'd be close.
I would assume that if an old man grabs her, even if with a rush of adrenaline, she just brushes it off, like nothing happened.
Not quite the same.
Well, that's because you're a Marvel apologist.
No, not a Marvel apologist. It's
I'm just saying,
sense, really.
the strongest.
It's not common sense at all because it's a comic book, so it's fake.
Incredible Hulk. It's still a person going against the Incredible Hulk.
So now she doesn't have any ability.
You're basically saying Jessica Jones doesn't have superhuman strength, that she's just strong.
No, that is what you said.
No, you're saying she's just strong because she can't brush off an old man.
She has. Does she have more strength than a common human being? Yes. So she has superhuman strength.
No, that's not what superhuman strength means. No.
Right here, they don't even say how strong she is.
I don't know. Apparently,
superhuman strength.
She's
so strong, she's able to block mind control.
No.
Yeah, I guess I'm lost on her abilities at this point, which makes it even worse.
It's superhuman strength is beyond when people are in life and death situations. So if that guy was in the state you said he was in, where he was holding on for dear life.
Incredible Hulk for the last 10 minutes.
I don't care. I already stopped that. I was over that. I'm just saying that she's superhuman strength. She should have brushed that old man off like nothing. That's the kind of shit they keep doing. It's really fucking annoying.
Would have kicked that dude off.
Yeah.
Do you think someone has the ability to tackle Captain America who also has superhuman strength?
No. I've watched Captain America just go boom and just like rush people down. No, they don't. He brushes them off, like, get the fuck off me.
And that cop is bigger than her, frame-wise. So if a bigger match falls on top of her...
It was her leg. The part that annoyed me the most had nothing to do with that. It was him holding onto her leg. And it was just like, why is this happening right now? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in television.
One part of the episode, when the episode was a really solid episode with Kilgrave's parents.
Nah. She let him die.
She didn't let him die. She pressed the button 5 times.
She allowed herself to be in that situation and not check the $9.99 fucking blue light special power cord. Therefore, that death is on Jessica Jones' hands.
Oh my gosh. Her. Let's do the scores, because I don't know how much more we can go on with this.
I'm going negative.
I'm giving it a 3, and it was like...
You're giving it a 3 after you just attacked the entire episode?
I didn't attack the entire episode at all. I said bullshit. Like, listen back, dude. If you're gonna host, like, pay attention. Like, I said Kilgrave put on a good performance. I didn't like I like the idea with the parents. I just didn't like the way she doesn't use her superhuman strength. Nor do I like how they're stretching this thing out. It's a totally fine piece of television, but you get so worked up on the little details that it's silly.
Stretched out in every single comic book show. You're gonna have a villain that's going to get stretched out through the entire season. This has 13 episodes. It's going to get stretched out.
But they're doing it in non-interesting way. Like they're just making up these contrived situations to make it go longer. That's just not interesting to me. And they keep doing it over and over again. So that's why I get worked up about it. But I give it a 3, and I'm fine with that.
I'll give it a 2.
Looks like Chad's Unite. I'm giving it a 2 as well. The fact of the matter is she's so contrived like that. Her mission is to not let Kilgrave injure another person. But yeah, and just like her stupidity and stuff like that, she just allows people to get killed, be put in jeopardy. You know?
And I'm giving this episode a 4. And
shocking.
I don't know if you guys forget, but why she even had Kilgrave's parents in that holding tank is to get the confession on tape that Kilgrave can mind control people.
Why were Kilgrave's parents even in that town if they're running away from him?
They said that in the episode. They came closer after they saw it in the news.
And they had to ensure that he was.
And they felt guilty, so that's why they've been around.
Just another stupid thing that they put in the episode that just made no fucking sense.
And I think like
they spend all those years.
Somebody and like say it's they don't have them on interviews, so they could have been anyone. Like
and they've spent all those years feeling guilty for creating this monster. So yes, why would they? If they see him doing really bad things, why would he? But they know exactly where he is. Why wouldn't they come out of the woods?
Kilgrave is the way that he was because he was going to die unless they did something to him. So it was an accident, man. They didn't create him, dude. They were trying to save his life.
Right. They were trying to save him, but it was an accident.
And Jessica Jones could have put anybody. She could have put anybody in that tank, and he would have fucked with them, right? But not the parents. Like, you know he's gonna rip his parents to shreds.
She purposely put his parents in there because he knew that he had a deep psychological connection to them.
She could have found a criminal, put a criminal in there, and he would have told that criminal to continuously ram his head into the glass until he broke, right? Like, he was going to do something no matter what you put in there. It was just so stupid.
I don't know about that because he was smart because he didn't use his powers on Jessica. When
that
she
is
was
true.
And then,
yeah, but that's Jessica.
Even without using his powers, he still had control over her.
Nah.
And then he ate a shitty cheeseburger.
He wrote "Help me."
Yeah. Waste good catch up.
Superhuman strength. That's all I gotta say.
Incredible Hulk. Moving on to Star Wars Rebels, we're on episode 12, The Protector of Concord Dawn. And if you guys read the Kanan comic, interesting connection to this episode where Fen Rao pops up in this episode. And they, in the most recent Kanan comic, what do you know? Fen Rao pops up in that, and it's during the Clone Wars where Kanan first sees him and then references him again in the episode. But Fen Rao seems to be an important player because he strengthens the Rebels' fight against the Empire.
True story.
I don't watch this cartoon, this kid's show.
Alright. I think that the thing that was like irritating about this, I think that's cool that they're bringing him back from his past. I think the thing that was like kind of irritating about this was like, same problem I have with Jessica Jones, right? Only instead in Star Wars Rebels, it's Hera, right? She's like, oh, we're not going to go in there and take this over by force so that we can get through. We're going to go ahead and use diplomacy. 5 ships jump in. Dude, 2 people in that group get killed, right? Dead. Hera's ship gets shot down, and all of a sudden, Sabine is all like, dude, we have to avenge Hera. But, dude, all Hera's decisions do is get a lot of people killed all the time in every episode. I think people would be like, man, dude, maybe we just shouldn't follow Hera.
Sure. I did enjoy this episode because we got to see some Mandalorians, which was Fenn Rau, and some connection with Sabine, who obviously she's got the Mandalorian gear.
Right.
So it was a fun little throwback to the Clone Wars, where we saw a lot more Mandalorians.
I thought it was kind of cool how they thought she was a traitor because they thought she was part of the Night Watch.
Right. Very cool. And I'm curious, do you think we'll see Boba Fett in here some point, like we saw in the Clone Wars?
I hope so, but I've heard a rumor that they're going to introduce a throwback character.
Who is that throwback character?
From Heir of the Empire, Grand Admiral Thrawn.
That'd be interesting.
And if that's the case, dude, Star Wars Rebels was got awesome.
And they've hinted that Darth Maul might be popping up as well at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a really good episode, man. We got to got to see a lot of backstory for Kanan. Obviously, like Hera, she is what she is, just gets everybody killed. Sabine snuck on. Chopper, I thought was awesome when he got picked to go on the mission, and he was like the only person that didn't want to go.
Chopper's been definitely a very lovable droid throughout the series.
Yeah, I thought he's done a pretty good job, but it'll be nice. It's like, you know, we were doing like a lot of these little one-off episodes and all that stuff where it's like individual characters where, you know, the week before it was like Ezra and Kanan. You know, it'll be good to see like the whole crew back together, like with Zeb and, you know, all those guys.
Yeah, even Rex, that's been around, but they haven't really used him all that much as of late.
And it'd be nice to see like Ashoka back.
And yeah, I think that will definitely be happening once they bring Vader back into the series.
Right.
Should be some good episodes ahead. Some good times with Kanan, as he had a good strategy going in, capturing Fenn Rau and using him to their advantage against the Empire, as Fenn Rau doesn't want Imperial ships in his system, so great plan by Kanan.
Yeah, he was pretty smart on his move, dude. He did a good job.
Closing out, what are you going to give this episode?
I'm in between a 3 and a 4. I'm going to go with a 3. I think when we get the whole crew together, it'll be good to go when we've got Zeb and Chopper and Sabine and Ezra and all those guys back together.
Nice. I'm going with a 3 as well. I really enjoyed all the Kanan stuff, especially with the Kanan comic tie-in. That before I saw the episode, I read the Kanan comic and saw a little battle on Magito with Fenn Rau. And yeah, it's a good time. Some nice cross-platforming with comic books and the TV show. I always enjoy that kind of thing.
Especially when they're so good at like keeping it together like that, dude. Usually when they do a crossover, it doesn't tie too well, but it sounds like it ties really well.
And we are going. This Kanan comic's going to be closing out at some point. They're going to have a Poe Dameron comic in, I believe, April. And supposedly they're going to introduce a new villain in this Star Wars universe post The Force Awakens. And they're going to play off, like, more of Poe's character from The Force Awakens. So I think that could be a lot of fun, especially since current movie. And
do you think they'll, like, show his early exploits, how he became to be, like, such an awesome pilot, or...?
They seem to do a lot of flashbacks, so I would think so.
Like, I hope you kind of get to, like, see him coming up, like, you know, through the academy and all that stuff.
That'd be cool.
How he became. Because he was definitely, like, you can tell he's obviously going to be a pretty main character, like, in the movies going forward. I played a big role in The Force Awakens and all that stuff, so, I don't know, yeah. I hope he does have a pretty big role. It'll be pretty awesome.
All right. Well, quickly covering some news. Not a ton of news, but we did hear from DC Comics that they're rebooting their universe once again, and Jeff Johns and Jim Lee have been tweeting out teaser images of Rebirth. They're relaunching the DC Universe, even though they just relaunched it just a few years ago with the New 52. And they're kind of, some of their solo titles that they put out as of late, like Grayson and Starfire, are going to be canceled. Then they're taking those characters, putting them elsewhere in their new DC Universe. Like Starfire's probably going to be joining the Teen Titans or Titans. There's a lot of rumors going on of what they're going to do. There might be a Superman comic where they call him the Superman instead of like 3 words, the Superman, which is kind of weird.
That's really weird. No hyphen.
They're changing a few writers on the Batman comics. Scott Snyder, who's the current writer in Batman, who's done a really great job with Batman. Batman's their top-selling book. They're moving him over to the other Batman title, Detective Comics, which is a little bit different because Detective Comics normally focuses on like one story an issue instead of story arcs. So it's a little bit different. And they're moving, I forget his first name, but King over to the Batman title, allegedly. And they're making that a bi-monthly book, or yeah, I believe so. Interesting thing about that King writer is that he is a former CIA agent. Kind of weird, but
it is really weird. He's probably got some cool inside shit he can put together, a detective book.
He's been handling the Grayson title, where they turned Nightwing, Dick Grayson, into a spy. So he's coming off that book.
Have you read any of that?
I've only read him in the Batman and Robin Eternal, where Grayson pops up in that, and he's a spy and whatnot. But it sounds like they're going to go away from that, even though it is kind of a cool concept and original to turn Nightwing into something else instead of a superhero, turn him into, from everything he's learned from Batman, use his skills elsewhere. But I don't like the reboot already with DC Comics so soon and so quickly, but they kind of have to sometimes just to clean up what their current mess is. So
it's crazy that they got into such a big mess with like their reboot. That's just terrible.
Hopefully they handle it a little bit better this time around. And we've got some good titles.
Is Marvel handling theirs pretty well?
For the most part, yeah.
I wonder if they're going to have to do a similar thing, clean up a few spots here and there.
This is based off of the 52 Earths, right?
Right. So
do they just pretend those don't exist and then the Flash just kind of messed up?
They've been teasing with current comics that, like in the current Teen Titans storyline, some of the characters are remembering things before the New 52 thing went on. So they're already teasing some things, like they're going to all of a sudden remember the events pre-52. So I don't know if they're just going to nix the whole 52 thing and get away from that, or if they're just going to combine everything. I mean, DC Comics has so much history. These characters have been around for 75, 80 years, so who knows where they're going to go. But hopefully it's good.
One can hope.
And lastly, touching on The Flash appearing on Supergirl. We've covered it many times on the site that it might happen and they're in the same universe. It's not going to happen. And it's officially confirmed that The Flash is going to be appearing on an episode of Supergirl next month. And I'm really excited about it.
Wait a second.
This is your dream coming true.
Dude, is this going to show us that Supergirl's on Earth 2 and the episode where the Flash goes to Earth 2 is like on Supergirl's world?
Wait, no, Supergirl's in Flash's world.
Possibility.
Right?
Well, the producers have said that, yeah, they're in the same universe, but Supergirl isn't going to be appearing on an episode of Flash, so I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Because the episode they go back in time could be the episode that he meets her, like on her side of it, you know, like during the.
I have no idea how they're going to handle
Interesting.
it.
Maybe he sees her on TV and he's like, I want to meet that chick when I get back to my town. She looks cool.
And it's going to happen when the Flash is still going on, so I don't think Flash is going to be like, oh man, I've been battling Zoom all this time, and oh.
It's going to be so weird to have them meet.
I know, I feel, dude, this is just like disaster written all over it, man. If you're like the Flash crew, you're like, this is bad news, man. This is bad. We don't even want to be associated with that stinker in the toilet bowl, Supergirl.
But you're the cool kid, so you have to. Like, they're pretty much like, shit, what do we do? Let's get the Flash on our show.
I think it's great for the Flash because he's jumping on a big network and it might be bigger exposure for the Flash. Maybe it's going to be so well received that they'll be like, maybe we should have this Grant Gustin in the movies because he's such a great Flash, which they probably should, but...
It's weird. This is like a weird time when viewers from the CW network are actually going to go to a major network and maybe pick those ratings up because the Flash ratings are probably as good as Supergirl's. I would assume at this point.
It's much smaller since the CW doesn't get a ton of viewers. I think an episode of Flash averages about 6 million viewers. Maybe that's a little high, and I think Supergirl's in the 9s or so. Maybe.
Oh, really?
Dude, Supergirl's doing
Supergirl gets pretty good ratings. So, I mean, they're not off the charts like CSI ratings, but they're pretty decent.
I didn't realize that.
I don't think she's in any danger of not getting... I mean, they already extended the season to a full season. I would think that she might get another season.
Maybe I've been missing out. I might have to go back to this, Tristan. You're talking me back on to
the... I wouldn't say watch Supergirl, because I mean, we've all tried to watch Supergirl and we couldn't get into it.
She's like she's hovering like around 6.8 million.
Well, according to this, it's like the ratings in the 18 demo, it's 1.83 for Supergirl and 1.4 for the Flash. So it's much closer than you would think.
In the demographics, yeah.
Yeah, like that's who cares? Like CBS, like my grandma could like fall asleep with the TV on, driving the numbers, right? Because she's the only one watching CBS. It's old people.
That's what they're known for, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they got some good stuff
like
on there.
To see where the first episode was at 13 million, and then to see the last episode from last Monday at 6.8, it's like down 31, down 9, down 3, down 7.
So that first episode was also back to back with Big Bang Theory. And first episodes of shows normally do very well. Look back on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. performed very well in the series premiere.
Yep.
And then somewhere around January 4th, they had a big episode.
Maybe that was The Martian.
I'm watching Supergirl this week.
Yeah, I'm watching Supergirl too. How long do we have to watch it for now?
I don't think we've watched like the last 4 or 5 episodes, but
I'm just gonna jump
Flash
in.
is gonna be popping up next month sometime.
All right, let's prep ourselves. Let's watch Supergirl.
I mean, I know what's going on somewhat with Martian Manhunter, and there have been. I caught like 5 minutes of the last episode, and they had Bizarro Supergirl, which was weird.
Was it bizarre?
You know Bizarro, right?
Yeah.
Bizarro.
Yeah. I was just
12 episodes.
Gotta be funny.
You've watched like 3.
Right. I would watch more if they only have the episodes on CBS's app if I don't want to watch it live. So.
I'll watch it in place of Lucifer next week, and I'll report back for you guys. Sweeter can do Lucifer, and I'll do Supergirl. Right. If you want to do it, Tristan, give me the go ahead.
And Tristan has to report back on Agent Carter.
I tried to watch that, but I couldn't watch it this week.
Oh, really? You're like 100% off. Wow, that's surprising.
I don't see a reason to watch it, as we talked
I thought
about.
you would watch it because you were interested in the tie-in to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, that was like the one thing I thought might keep you in.
I figured you were still watching Supergirl and Arrow.
I'm still watching Arrow. Just because, but yeah.
Glutton for punishment. So Arrow's running for mayor? I heard that in The Flash this week.
Yeah, and Felicity Smokes is in a wheelchair now.
Oh my God, times have changed.
Yeah.
Why? What happened to Felicity?
She
tried
got
to run
shot.
his business.
She got shot by a drive-by. Damien Dark's guys.
Was she hanging out with Iris?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, she was on the Too Fast.
They did throw in this week's episode of The Flash that who the best hacker is, and
yeah,
Cisco thought it was him, but apparently it's Felicity Smoke.
For now. Once Cisco has his power.
Tomorrow had a thing about Arrow. I thought maybe that was The Flash. No, I think that was The Flash.
I like that they tie it all together. It's really neat.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got this week on episode 61 of Adapted. Be sure to check us out all week long on allertonave.com. Don't forget to watch the Block Party every night or every week.
Every night.
I can't do it.
On YouTube. And also and then you can catch it the day after on SoundCloud, iTunes, allertonave.com. Anything out there, it's out there. What's the big game we're talking about this week, Chad?
Division beta just happened, and then you guys also went to PAX South, so we got all the coverage.
Yeah, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We saw a lot of indie games, and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, man. I saw a bunch of it online.
That, you know what, the cosplay action was the most surprising part of the show to me, because Tristan knew so many of these cosplayers. He's like, I know her from Instagram. I know her from... I'm like, what the fuck?
Just like all those Twitch partners, all those YouTube stars we ran into.
We did run into
Who
a
are
lot.
the YouTube all-stars?
You might know a few of them. I don't know.
You have to listen to the block party to find out. Teaser.
Tune in, sweetie.
Well, dude, we're trying to cross functionality, dude, adapted with the Black Party. I give them a little taste of reason to go over.
Just like the Flash Arrow universe and Supergirl. We've also got Comic Book Tuesday on the site where I picked a few comic books. Walking Dead, definitely recommend it to pick it up. I already read it through the new issue. It's pretty great. And we got some random 30s popping out this weekend, right?
Yeah, a little Lego Marvel Avengers. So a little comic book action.
A setup for the Super Bowl, a simulation of the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, are we allowed to talk about that? Because I mean, earlier you and I went at it, and if you, yeah,
I think Tristan said it right. A setup. He was set up.
it was not fair. It was not fair. It was like 1,000 hours of my experience versus Tristan's 10 minutes with Tecmo Super Bowl. It was just
we
not fair.
played some Super Tecmo Super Bowl to set up the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and if you thought we went at it before about Jessica Jones' superpowers, that's nothing. Wait till you see that random 30. It was
Wait,
heated.
are we even really allowed to say the Super Bowl, or do we have to pay royalties?
Oh, dude, son of a... We can't afford that.
It's the Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
No, we said Super Hole.
Yeah, the Super Hole.
Exactly. Well, that's it, guys. Be sure to follow us all week long on Twitter, Allerton Ave, YouTube. We're everywhere. Join us next week on episode 62. We've got a big Deadpool movie preview coming at you. And we'll continue with our full lineup of shows. We're closing out Jessica Jones, Man in the High Castle, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Star Wars Rebels, and we're going to have Sweeney report back on Lucifer. And Jason might be watching Supergirl next week.
Definitely, I'm excited. I'm excited, too. I can't wait.
I like a science.
Chad will be reporting back on Arrow.
Yeah, we all have our own little things.
All right.
Awesome.
Let me write it down.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. My name's Tristan. For Sweeney, Jason, Chad. Catch you later.
See you guys.
Bye, Felicia.
Sorry, Tristan.
Yeah, you didn't apologize.